Okay.
Well, I still have the call I took from Mr. McFerrin, but then someone called to cancel that.
Oh, all right. Thank you very much. Maybe if I lie down, I'll relax a little.
Messages about returning to Springfield.
I never wanted to harm you, that you must believe. I only meant to alarm you by warning you to leave. But you've ignored each warning, Eve. Now I have no time to warn or force you to believe. Death ends my final line.
Please, I'm suffocating. Open this door. I promise I'm never return anybody. Please. I'll go
Where's Ben McCall? Ben, thank you for coming.
Well, I got here as soon as I could. What's the matter? You sound frantic on the phone.
I'm very concerned about Amanda.
Yeah, I know. I am too. And I'm afraid we've run into a situation that may upset her even more.
What situation?
I was with Eve this morning up at Laurel Falls. Somebody took a shot at her.
What?
Yeah, the police are going to question everyone who knows her, including you and Amanda.
Ben, they can't question Amanda. That would be awful for her.
Well, I don't have any control who they're going to question, Jennifer. By the way, Eve wasn't hurt.
Oh, well, thank God. Oh, I'm sorry I didn't ask right away. I just assumed that she would be all right.
Do you have any idea where Amanda was this morning, around 10 o'clock?
Well, no, but she couldn't have been up at Laurel Falls.
She's been through an awful lot lately.
I know, and it's all because of me. It's all my fault.
Jennifer, nobody is trying to blame you for caring about Amanda, but, you know, it's your overwhelming concern that's going to make people think that you're the one doing these things to Eve.
Well, yes, I'm concerned about her. I love her very much. I don't want anything to happen to her.
Yes, I know, and a certain amount of concern is natural, but I think it's important for you to have a life of your own apart from them. That's why I think it's a good thing you're going to work for Alan.
Yes, please, don't mention this to Chet. I mean, he's going to take my father to Toronto, and then he's going back to London.
Well, he's going to have to know eventually, isn't he?
I know, but he mustn't know now. It would be awful. He mustn't know that I begged Alan to give me a job.
The role of Kirk Winters is now being played by Peter Phillips.
Amanda, I can't help you if you won't tell me what's wrong. Now, why were you so upset when you called me?
I told you, it's my mother.
Yeah, I know you told me. All right. Come on now, let's just sit down and we can talk about this comb. What is it about Jennifer that has you so upset?
Well, she's been acting very strangely lately. First there was the trial, and my losing. Ben moving out, and Morgan being kidnapped.
Amanda, I've really seen nothing strange about Jennifer's reactions to any of this.
She disappeared earlier this morning. I couldn't imagine where she could have gone, so I went out to try to find her.
And did you?
Yes. She was wandering around near the cottage up at Laurel Falls, where she and Morgan used to live before the trial.
Jennifer was at Laurel Falls
Yes.
this morning? Did she say what she was doing there?
Just walking, she said, getting some air, but Laurel Falls is a couple miles from here.
Does Jennifer own a gun?
No, why do you ask?
Do you?
Yes. Ben bought it for me when he moved out. I was getting all those strange phone calls.
You still have it?
Well, I hid it because I'm so afraid of guns. And when I moved up to the main house, I didn't bring it with me, so yes, I'm sure it's still here.
May I see it?
Yes. Ross, would you mind telling me what this is all about?
Eve, too, was up at Laurel Falls this morning with Ben. No, she wasn't injured. Someone took a shot at her. If it wasn't for Ben, I don't know.
Ben saved her.
Yes. What's the matter, Amanda?
Ross, it's not here. I know I didn't move it.
Put it someplace else?
No.
Well, then where is it?
Ross, I have absolutely no idea.
Hello, Ross. I wanted to ask Mrs. McFerrin and her mother some questions. Are they in?
We interrupt this program for a special news bulletin. According to Detective Kirk Winters of the Springfield Police, a mysterious assailant made an attempt on the life of Mrs. Eve McFerrin early this morning in the Laurel Falls area. The unidentified gunman took a shot at Mrs. McFerrin, but the would-be victim was unharmed. Police are now searching for the...
Who is it? Who's there?
It's Vanessa. Vanessa Chamberlain.
And now, the award-winning Guiding Light. This portion is presented by Biz, the detergent booster that adds extra cleaning power every time you wash. And by Quilted Pampers. They help keep your baby dry.
Eve, I need to speak with you.
What do you want?
Look, I'm terribly worried about my father. Has he been here?
Yeah, he was here earlier, but he already left.
Oh, well, he has been here. Look, would you please open up and let me speak with you?
No, Vanessa, I'm not opening the door to anybody.
Look, if you don't open this door right now and act like a human being, you're going to regret it.
Listen, if that's the threat I've had, all I can take from you is just go away.
Look, Evie, you may have fooled everybody else in Springfield with those feeble little games of yours, but you're not fooling me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yes, you do. This ludicrous charade of yours that someone's trying to frighten you away from Springfield. You poor little thing, you. Well, I know what it's all about. It's all a bit to get Ross's sympathy and have him thinking about you day and night.
What do I care how Ross feels?
Oh, I'm not saying you want him for yourself. We all know you want Ben. But you're just determined to keep me away from him, and I can't stand it. Do you hear me? I can't stand it. Why are you doing this to me?
I'm not doing anything, Vanessa.
Oh, yes, you are. The thought of him making love to you just tortures me, and I see it all day long, and I can't stand it. You don't even love him.
Vanessa, if you don't get away from this door right now, I'm going to go call the police.
Go ahead. Go ahead and call the police and make more of a fool of yourself than you already have. But I'm telling you one thing. If you don't go ahead with your plans and get out of Springfield fast, you're going to live to regret it.
How do you know I'm leaving Springfield? Vanessa! Vanessa! Listen, if you think I'm just going to open this door because you're standing out there, you're wrong.
Yes, this is Eve McFerrin. Has there been any more messages? Any messages at all since I talked to you last? No, okay. Thank you. Please call. Get me out of here.
How do you know that Hope went to Indian Lake?
Andy told me while I was there at the restaurant talking about the cocktail party we want to have for the stockholders.
I don't see what one thing has to do with the other.
Well, he was concerned that I might want the private dining room tomorrow afternoon, and since he's closing the restaurant because he has to go up to Indian Lake.
Why does he have to go up to Indian Lake?
Oh, well, maybe those weren't exactly the words he used. Anyway, what difference does it make? The whole subject of Hope's trip came up quite innocently.
There's nothing innocent about Andy Norris, Diane.
All right, I realize this isn't the most pleasant way for you to find out that your wife is out of town, but come on. You can't tell me you're actually jealous of someone as insignificant as Andy Norris.
Obviously, he's not insignificant to Hope. I understand they spent a great deal of time together while I was away.
Yes, but they had a great deal to accomplish, making sure that the restaurant was completely decorated and open on time.
Yes, perhaps, but once the restaurant was open and when Hope was in the hospital, I know for a fact that he went to see her all the time. He even sent her flowers in the hospital, and he sent flowers to the house after she was home.
It's not unusual for two people who work closely together to develop a friendship. Look at us.
Our relationship might be a friendship, but... Oh, I don't know what I expect Hope to do. She's young, beautiful, vital. She's bound to meet other people.
Oh, now you're letting your imagination run completely wild.
I don't think so.
All right, whatever. The point is, no matter what is going on in Hope's life at the moment, a year ago she fell in love with a strong, capable man. And you have to go on being exactly that if you ever expect to win her back. Now, why don't we get to work on this stockholders meeting? Maybe it'll take your mind off Hope.
All right. I have to make a call first.
Okay, I'll get some things for us to start on. Oh, and that proxy list is right there on your desk if you want to look it over.
Fine. Mr. Sims, this is Alan Spaulding. I'm fine, thank you. Look, I need an appraisal on that diamond and emerald necklace that I bought from you. Yeah, I'd like to pick it up sometime later today. Yes, for insurance purposes. Good. I'll be there before you close. Yes, thank you.
It's not unusual for two people who work closely together to develop a friendship.
My whole world has changed now, Andy. I'm trying so hard to start a life without Alan.
Then you should help. You're far too young and beautiful to waste time worrying about a relationship that's over with.
Andy, when I married Alan, I thought it would last forever.
I know. But you have to remember that Alan's the one who should be feeling sad and full of regret. He's the loser, not you.
It's the loneliness that's the worst part. When I found out Alan had been unfaithful to me, I just felt so lost and lonely.
I know, but that will pass, Hope, and your friends and your family will help you through with it. That's why I'm here today. I don't think either one of us realize how close we've grown when we work together. I owe you so much, Hope, and I'll help you get through the lonely nights and days, I promise you.
Thank you, Andy. I was just having you to talk to.
I'm glad. And there's something I want you to remember and tell yourself over and over again until you believe it. And that's you're far too beautiful and far too desirable to ever have one lonely moment again.
Oh, Andy.
Shh. Just let it happen. That's why I'm here.
Ready to get down to work?
All I know is that the police want to question Jennifer and Amanda. Then they'll talk to some other possible suspects.
Haven't they both been through enough already? I mean, why don't the police just leave us all alone?
Chet, I know how you feel, but they're doing their job, that's all. I just hope that you and Amanda can tell the police where you were between 10 and 10:30 this morning with some proof to back it up.
But I can't prove anything. I went for a drive by myself.
You don't have to make any excuses for anybody. Listen, I will stand by you in this, Jennifer, and you should stand by Amanda, Ben.
Chet, I'm the last one who can help her now. Anyway, look, I just wanted to warn you so you could be prepared.
Look, can I call you later if I need any help?
No, I won't be in Springfield tonight.
Where are you going?
I can't tell you, but I'm going to be out of town for a few days. Jennifer, just try not to get too upset when Detective Winters questions you. I'm sure he'll make it as easy as possible, okay? I'll see you later.
Thank you, Ben. Chad, I'm so sorry. I'm responsible for all of Amanda's suffering. I did all this to her.
Listen, Jennifer, if you care as much about Amanda and this family as you say you do, then why are you going to work for Alan Spaulding? Huh? Oh, come on, come on. I heard that whole conversation you had with Ben. What's the matter with you, Alan Spaulding? Have you forgotten that he destroyed your life? He ruined our whole family. He's put Dad through all that grief he's going through. And what Amanda's going through, Alan Spaulding is responsible for everything, nobody else. Jennifer, I am warning you, if you go ahead with this, if you go to work for Alan Spaulding, I swear, I will never, ever forgive you.
Can Zest make you give up your soap?
When you discover...
So the only thing that you can tell me about your whereabouts this morning between 10 and 10:30 was that you were taking a walk?
Yes. I went out to get some air. Is something so... what's so unusual about that?
What about the incident yesterday afternoon involving Mrs. McFerrin at Mrs. Marler's shop?
What is this? I mean, if you suspect me of doing these terrible things to Eve, why don't you just arrest me?
Amanda, come on. No one is accusing you of anything.
I feel as if I'm being accused, Ross.
Mrs. McFerrin, I have to ask these questions. Now, if you would prefer to answer them in official
I'd rather not answer them at all. But go ahead.
Do you own a .22 caliber handgun?
No, I don't own any guns at all.
I think I should tell you that I know your husband gave you a .22 caliber handgun last summer.
I knew it. The minute you walked in here, I knew Ben put you up to this. What did my husband do? Accuse me of trying to shoot Eve?
No, of course he didn't.
I am not guilty. I did not do it. But I'm very grateful to whoever did. I hope he can scare Eve out of Springfield. I hope she never comes back here. She destroyed my marriage, Detective. She came between me and Ben from the very beginning.
All right, stop.
I hate
Amanda, stop it. Come on. Calm down. Kirk, I think we should postpone the line of questioning her. I don't think she's really capable.
Of course. I have to ask her mother some questions, so I may as well go up to the house now. Mrs. McFerrin, I'm sorry.
All right, now, why did you lie to him about the gun?
I don't care anymore. I really can't take any more of this.
Amanda,
I
now
mean
don't
it,
talk
Ross.
like that. Come on.
I know Ben was behind all of this. And I'm going to make sure that he and Eve pay for it.
So glad you could come by.
As soon as the lunch business was finished, I came straight over, but I'm afraid I have some bad news.
What now?
Well, I have to take care of something tomorrow, so I won't be able to spend the day with you.
Oh, Andy, I have been looking forward all week to tomorrow.
I know, but it was unavoidable, Katie. Look, I'll make it up to you. Please, don't be angry with me.
Oh, I'm not angry. Broken-hearted, maybe, and distraught and destroyed, but I'm not angry.
Oh, Miss Chamberlain.
I hate to interrupt this little meeting, but I need to speak to Katie privately for a moment, if you don't mind.
Be my guest.
Yes. I need to see Dr. McIntyre. Does she have any free time this morning?
I don't think so, but let me check just to make sure. No, she's booked for the entire day.
When I was a patient here at Cedars, Dr. McIntyre told me to call her whenever I needed her, and I need her now.
Well, Dr. McIntyre doesn't like to be disturbed unless it's an emergency.
It is.
Okay. Dr. McIntyre, Miss Chamberlain is here. She insists that she sees you, and I told her that you were booked for the day, but she... Okay. I'll tell her. If you'd like to wait in the lobby, she'll see you as soon as she's done with this patient.
Thank you.
You're
Well, the lofty Miss Chamberlain admitting she needs some help. My, what is the upper crust coming to?
Floyd, could I see you for a minute?
Sure. Hi, Andy.
Hey, Floyd, how's it going?
I can't complain. What's up?
Well, it looks like Andy's tied up tomorrow, so I thought maybe I'd come by the boarding house and see your new room and...
What? You can't do that.
Why not?
Well, I'm gonna be out.
Oh, well, that's okay. I'll wait in the lobby.
Oh, it's gonna be much too late. Listen, tomorrow's no good at all, so why don't we make it some other day? I'll let you know, okay? See ya.
I think I was a bill collector.
Oh, you're hurting me, Joy.
I'm sorry, but Katie just said that she wanted to come over to the boarding house and see my room and meet Mrs. Palladino. That would be just great. I mean, Mrs. Palladino thinks that's your kid.
Floyd, you've got to keep her away from there at all costs.
I know.
Our arrangements are off.
I took care of it. Boy, where you going?
Well, I'm looking for Morgan. I can't find her anywhere.
Oh, well, try looking in the right place. She's down in the cafeteria with Kelly.
So, how's it feel to be doing your volunteer work again?
Oh, good. I really missed it, and I missed being busy, too.
Yeah, I'm glad you decided to come back.
Yeah, well, thanks to you. I just hope that Tim doesn't get upset every time he sees us together.
Yeah, that bothers me a lot, too, but I guess the best thing we can do is just wait and hope that we can all three be friends again like you and I are.
Yeah. I'm really glad that you're doing your on-service clerkship here in Springfield instead of going all the way back to California.
Yeah, me too. This means that I'll be able to be here for your 18th birthday. So, what are your plans for after graduation?
Well, I'm definitely not going to college, I know that much, but I think I'm going to get a job and be on my own.
I remember somebody telling me almost exactly the same thing once last summer.
Oh, we weren't going to talk about the past.
Yeah, we weren't, but some of it was pretty nice.
Oh, yeah, for me, too.
Morgan! Oh, I've been looking for you all over. Hi, Kelly.
Hi.
Oh, boy, did you hear about Eve getting shot at? I was talking to Rita. She's getting police protection around the clock.
I know, it's terrible.
Oh, but I just can't believe this guy is hanging around Laurel Falls. I hope Tim warned you to stay away from there.
Rita, I don't know what to do. I haven't heard from Ben yet. No, I'm at Ross's. Of course, I tried to call Ben in his cabin, but he wasn't there. There wasn't an answer. No, you don't have to leave work. I'm expecting Ross to come back soon. He'll just walk me down to the apartment. I can pick up my things. Yeah, well, even if I haven't heard from Ben, it must mean that he couldn't get reservations tonight or something. But even if it's canceled, I'm just still going to get my things, okay? Yeah, I'll let you know as soon as I find out. Okay. I'll see you. Hello? Who's there? Who is this? Why won't you answer me?
I've got a mom who really thinks young. Together we have a lot of fun. But sometimes I feel irregular. And
You're sure that no one saw you when you were out taking your walk this morning? I mean, anyone who could verify your story?
No one.
And you don't own a gun?
No, of course I don't. And I have no idea what happened to the one that Ben bought for Amanda.
Look, Detective Winters, how many times are you going to keep asking my sister the same questions over and over again?
I'm sorry, Mr. Stafford, but I just have to get my facts straight so I don't have to come back here.
Well, what about the typewriter? You through with that?
Yes, I am. That's not the one we're looking for.
Well, then you don't mind if I pack it up?
Not at all. There's just one more question, Mrs. Richards. I understand that you had found Eve McFarren's purse in your car on the day that she was trapped in Jackie Marler's shop. Is that correct?
Yes, it was on the floor of my car.
Do you have any idea how it got there?
Well, whoever took it must have put it there. I mean, that's the only logical explanation.
But you don't have any idea who that might
Well, no,
be?
how would I have any idea?
Look, Detective Winters, I've taken about as much of this as I'm going to take.
Mr. Stafford, I'm only trying to do my job.
Look, if you really want to do your job, why don't you just get the hell out of here and go talk to Henry and Vanessa Chamberlain? They're the ones that are guilty, not my sister.
The purpose of questioning is to find out who's guilty.
Ben.
Chet, hi. I hope I'm not interrupting, but is Kirk still here?
Yeah.
Oh.
What is it, Ben?
Did Jennifer tell you anything that might help?
Well, not very much. As far as this morning's concerned, her story's pretty much the same as your wife's. She was out taking a walk.
Did anyone see her?
No.
What about the gun?
Well, Mrs. Richards says she has no idea where it is or what could have happened to it. And when I asked your wife about it, she said that she never owned a gun.
Oh, no.
I'm afraid that I upset her a good deal. I'm sorry. I hope she's all right.
Okay, look, I'll call you after you've talked to Henry and Vanessa. I'll be interested to know what they have to say.
I'm going to have to get in touch with you, okay, because I haven't been able to locate him yet, but I'm still going to be trying.
Okay.
I think that ought to do it for now. I want to thank you both for your cooperation, and I'll be in touch with you.
I'll see you up.
That's all right. I can find my own way. Goodbye, Mrs. Richards.
Bye.
Ben, why did you come back here?
Well, I wanted to see Amanda, but Ross is with her.
Well, of course he's with her. He's her lawyer.
That's right. Ben, look, Amanda needs you now more than ever.
Ben, you have to go back there right now.
Yes, I will, after I take care of a few important things
Yes,
first.
but Ben...
I'll explain later. Just trust me, okay?
Good, you're here. I want to talk to you. Uncle Chet, Jennifer, would you please leave us alone?
Amanda, please.
Jennifer, Amanda, if you need us, we'll be in the kitchen.
You are such a coward.
What are you talking
Why did you send the police down to question me like a common criminal?
I didn't send them.
I can't tell you how humiliating and degrading that was for me.
Amanda, Kirk Winters is just doing his job.
With a lot of help from you. You told them that I owned a gun, didn't you?
Of course I told them. Why did you deny it? That's what I don't
Look,
understand.
I've already been questioned by the police. I don't have to put up with it from you two.
Kirk also said you don't have an alibi for this morning.
Why do I need an alibi? I went out for a walk, period.
And what happened with Lucille's old typewriter?
Thank God Jennifer and my uncle believe me. They're my family now. I don't need anyone else, especially not
what?
you.
Don't shut me out
Don't
like
shut
this.
you out. Just go to Eve. She's going to need your protection more than anything now.
That's very dangerous talk
Is
right
it? Well, good. Because I want that woman to pay for everything that she's done to me.
now. She hasn't done anything.
Just
Why can't you
leave.
see
Will you
that?
leave me alone?
What happened? What did Ben say?
I'm going to make them both pay for this if it's the last thing I do. Both of them.
Mom!
So now that Sarah's new security system's in, how's it working?
Andy, no one is supposed to even be talking about that.
I was just curious, that's all.
It's working fine. At least no one has broken in since it was installed. And I haven't been accused of misfiling anything. So, that just goes to prove that I didn't file any of those papers wrong. It was whoever broke into the office.
Oh, excuse me, Miss Parker.
Yes.
I'm looking for my daughter. Now, I know she's working on the plans for redecorating the hospital. I thought you might be with Dr. Bauer.
No, she is here, though. She's with Dr. McIntyre.
Oh, well, do you know how long she'll be?
No, I'm sorry. I have no idea.
Would you mind telling her that I'm here?
Well, Dr. McIntyre doesn't like to be disturbed unless it's an emergency.
Oh, I see. Well, in that case, I'll wait. Thank you.
It seems that the high and mighty Mr. Chamberlain could use some counseling himself.
Well, even the rich have problems, you know.
Yes, the only difference is that they can afford to solve them. We can't.
How long have you felt this obsessive love for Ross?
From the first minute I saw him.
But you married someone else.
Yes, Gerald. Well, I knew that was a hideous mistake. But Gerald was the only man I knew with enough money to save my father's floundering empire.
And the next time that you saw Ross was when you came to Springfield?
Yes. And the minute he walked into Alan's office, I knew my feelings were as intense as ever.
Usually when feelings are that intense, they're based on a very strong sexual attraction. Was that your case?
Absolutely. No other man's been able to satisfy me the way Ross does. Or did. Which is why I cannot lose him to someone like little Eve McFarren. I'd rather...
Was it your relationship with Ross that prompted you to try suicide?
What I say in this office stays in this office. Am I right?
Absolutely. Everything is strictly confidential.
Well, I've never said this to anyone before, but the whole thing was a ruse to get Ross back, and it backfired.
You had no intention of killing yourself.
None whatsoever. I took a certain amount of sleeping pills, not enough to do myself any harm. At least, that is, if I'd been able to reach Ross by telephone, but his line was busy. And I was drinking, and one thing led to another, and the next thing I knew, I woke up here at Sears. Pretty stupid plan, I admit, but I was desperate.
Do you still feel desperate?
I still love Ross. I always will.
Do you feel that Eve is the one person standing between you and Ross?
Oh, no, I don't think they're seeing each other anymore.
Let me ask you, have you been with another man since you've been in Springfield?
Yes, I slept with someone, but it didn't exactly work out because the man's a total sadist. And that never appealed to me very much, but of course I was lonely and desperate. Can you understand that?
Yes, I think I can, but from what you just said, it sounds as if you knew about this man's tendencies before you slept with him.
Well, since we're being totally frank, yes. Man's Andy Norris, and I know all about his tendencies.
How?
Because his wife's a good friend of mine. We're sorority sisters.
Andy Norris was married? I didn't know that.
No, Sarah. Andy Norris is married.
Are you absolutely sure?
Mm-hmm. Last time I saw his wife, or what was left of his wife, they were still married, and for some strange reason, she was not about to let him go.
Look, I'd better go. There's some things I need to do, but we're still on for tonight, aren't we?
Sure, if you want to be.
Of course I still want to be. I'm going to give you some very special treatment to make up for not being able to be with you tomorrow.
Sounds wonderful.
Katie. Hi.
Oh, hi,
Andy.
Dan.
How you doing? Is Rita around?
No, she's in ICU. She can't be disturbed. Can I help you with anything?
No, not really. Eve was supposed to wait for me, and Ross Mauer's power line just went by there. She's not there. I thought Rita might know where she is. What's Henry Chamberlain doing here?
He's waiting for Vanessa.
Ben? How's Eve? I understand she had a very close call today.
How do you know about that?
Well, I think it was Ross who told me.
When did you see Ross?
Well, I was by his apartment this afternoon. Why?
Just wondering.
Mr. Chamberlain?
Oh.
Ben, I was sorry to hear that Eve's having all that trouble. I guess she'll be glad to get away to Laney's wedding.
Yeah, I think she will.
Do you have any idea when she's leaving for Chicago?
No, I don't think she's made any definite plans yet, Andy.
Well, when you see her, will you please give her my best?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. See you later, Katie. Bye, Ben.
So long. Katie, I think I'm just going to wait around and see if you can get word through to Rita. It's very important for me to find out if she's heard from Eve.
Well, I know Eve called about a half hour ago, I guess. I don't know where she was calling from, though.
Oh, well, I guess I'll just have to wait then.
Well, Morgan, I can imagine just how proud you are of Tim, you know, in his fight against alcohol and everything. I know how hard it can be. Did you ever see Lost Weekend?
No.
But I am proud of Tim. Oh, yeah. Well, he told me about that big dance that he's taking you to. That's really neat. But we have to get our dates straight on that because I don't want it to interfere with that picnic, you know, that we're all going to have. We should steer clear of Laurel Falls and everything until that sniper is caught and put
There are plenty of other places to go.
Well, I really want to talk to Trudy before I go, so thanks for the coffee.
Oh, yeah, sure, Morgan, anytime. Bye.
See you later.
Lola, I thought I asked you not to go running to Tim about that stuff at Laurel Falls.
I didn't.
Well, somebody did.
You're right, somebody did. But Morgan did not hear it from me. But you probably don't believe that.
It's just that Morgan and I are trying our damnedest to be friends again, and I do not want anything to interfere with that.
Personally, I don't even know why you bother. I mean, she's so nasty and needy every time we're together.
Look, that's my business, okay?
I know. But what do you think this is going to do to Tim?
Look, I don't want to sound selfish, but that really is his problem. All right. I just saw this ad in the paper for Ferguson's liquor store. They're having a big special on beer, and I figured I'd pick up a case for that
Floyd,
picnic.
you sit down. I want to ask you something.
What?
Did Kelly ever talk to you about the night after my party, Christmas party, you know, when you drove Tim and Morgan up to the cottage?
You mean the night that I stayed over with
Yeah,
you?
yeah, did he?
No. Why? Did he say something to you about it?
Well, why would you ask that?
Well, no special reason, but I just passed him, and he sure seemed angry about something.
Are you and Tim still good friends?
Now, what do you want me to do?
It's not what I want you to do. It's what you're going to do. I just have this feeling that Kelly's getting ideas about Morgan again.
Well, don't tell me that you want me to say something, get caught up in the middle of all that again.
You're going to be doing Tim the biggest favor of his life. Now, will you please, Floyd, please, for your friend Tim?
Ben.
Hi, how's Eve doing?
Well, she's pretty shaken up, but otherwise she's okay. I think you ought to let Morgan know what happened.
Yeah, I told her. I also told her she should probably stay away from Laurel Falls for a while.
That's a good idea. The police are going to close it anyway, I think.
Daddy, what are you doing?
Vanessa, darling, I've been waiting for you. Oh, good afternoon, Dr. McIntyre.
Hello, Mr. Chamberlain. Vanessa, call me and we'll set up another appointment, all right?
Thank you for everything.
Not at all.
4th floor desk, Miss Parker. Yes, he has. Oh, sure, I can tell him. He's right here. Okay, bye. That was Rita. She said just leave a message about the time that you and Eve are going to be flying for Chicago tonight, and she'll make sure Eve gets it.
Chad, I don't know what to do. Amanda's locked herself in her room.
What was she saying about that gun that Ben had given her? She was so angry I couldn't understand the things she was saying.
Well, she went to try to find it in the bureau drawer where it was hidden, and it wasn't there.
Well, maybe she put it somewhere else and forgot.
She's forgetting a lot of things lately.
And what does that mean?
It means that I went for a walk this morning up to Laurel Falls, and I ran into her.
Why didn't you tell Detective Winters that when he asked you if there was
Because I didn't
anybody who
want
could
to
verify your
implicate
story?
her. I did
but
not.
he spoke to Amanda first. Now, what if Amanda told him that she saw you up there?
He already did ask her that. She said she didn't remember seeing me.
Well, after what she's been through, I'm not surprised.
Well, Chet, we have got to help her before it's too late.
Look, the only person who can help her is Ben, and he's off busily helping Eve. What is it, Maggie?
Mr. Alan Spaulding is here.
Oh, boy, that does it. I am not staying in the same room with that man. Now, you can call me when he leaves.
Maggie, would you show Alan in, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, Jennifer.
Hello, Alan. Excuse me. Maggie, would you ask Amanda if she might come down?
Yes, Mrs. Richards.
Thank you.
I'm sorry that I didn't call first, but Ben stopped by the office after lunch today and said that Detective Winters was going to question both you and Amanda.
Yes, he did.
Was it very difficult for you?
Yes, it was. Amanda came up later and had a terrible argument with Ben.
Over what?
She accused him of trying to make it look like she's been the one that's doing these terrible things to Eve, and she made these awful threats.
Against whom?
Against Eve and Ben. She accused them of trying to get even. I don't know.
Look, Jennifer, I don't want to make you angry, but do you think there's any possibility that Amanda is behind any of this?
I just don't know. I mean, everything seems to point that way, but I just don't know.
Look, well, you can rest assured that I'll do everything I can to help her, no matter what.
Excuse me, Mrs. Richards.
Maggie, did you tell Amanda that Alan is here?
I went up to her room, but she wasn't there. She's gone.
Well, I'm real sorry that Chamberlain's had to hear about our plans to go to Chicago tonight.
I'm sorry, too, Ben. Really, I didn't realize it was a secret.
Oh, that's okay. Look, I'm going to go back to my cabin and pack. If Eve calls me, please tell her I'm trying to find her.
I will.
Okay, Katie, thanks. Bye.
Excuse me just a sec, Kelly. I'll talk to Katie for a minute.
Okay.
Katie.
Yes?
I don't have to ask you to work late tonight after all. We can finish everything tomorrow.
Oh, that's perfect. Andy can't see me tomorrow, so he's got something very special planned for tonight, and I'd like to go home and make myself gorgeous for him. What's the matter?
Nothing. Have a good time.
I will. Thank you.
Morgan, hi. Listen, I'm sorry our conversation got all fouled up when Nola came in, but I enjoyed it up to that point.
Well, so did I.
Well, listen, if you need a lift after work, I can give you a ride.
Well, I'd like that. I just hope that Jim doesn't mind.
Yeah, I understand. But just let me know. I'll be around.
Well, now, do you believe me?
About what?
About them? Oh, I think you better have that talk with Tim real soon.
I still haven't heard from Ben. I don't think we'll be leaving tonight. But I'm going to go down and read this to Pat anyway, just in case. Vanessa came by and we talked through the door. Anyway, I'll tell you all about that when I see you. Thanks for everything, Ross. Eve.
Where do you think you're going, Eve?